Cause. Defined as a person or thing that gives rise to an action, a phenomenon or a condition. Also defined as a principle, aim, or movement that because of deep commitment, one is prepared to defend or advocate for. Too many of us have found ourselves in places where we have forgotten our cause. And let me tell you what happens when you are moving without cause. Your integrity is easily challenged because there's no reason to stay true to oneself. You attain that house you always wanted, but it feels empty. You land that career you always wanted, but it feels just like another job. And you find that relationship you prayed for, but in the end, it just feels like y'all are roommates. All because you have forgotten your cause. What caused you to want to get to that place? What was your driving factors? When you are in need of a job and you get it and you are excited at the idea of being able to pay your bills, to feed and clothe yourself and have money in your pocket. But as time goes on, you hate this job. You no longer look forward to going in and your actions show it. Your work ethic changes, your commitment is shaky, your attendance drops, your performance levels dwindle. But I want you to think about this. What if your job was suddenly on the line? What would be the things you would think of? How am I going to pay my car payment, phone bills, rent, my mortgage? How am I going to eat, feed myself, feed my kids, etc.? You know what would happen? Do you know what just happened if you just thought about what if you lost your job? You were reminded of your cause. Now watch how better your work ethic would change. Your commitment would steady, your attendance improves, and your performance levels would rise. Because you will be reminded of your cause, and now it would be worth it to do the things that you had forgotten to do because you had lost your cause. When you were lonely, let me try something else. When you were lonely, that bed was cold. No one was there to help you cook, clean, pay bills, share life with you. You called for it, you longed for it, and you prayed for it. But as time goes on, you take it for granted. You don't make time for one another anymore. You don't tell her she's beautiful. You don't ask him how his day was. But imagine you found out you were losing that person. Imagine she decided she was walking away. Imagine holding his hand on his deathbed. What would you suddenly think of? You think of life without them. Everything you built together. Because life without them would mean you would return to the things that you once were driven for in your cause in finding that person. You would go back to thinking about the lonely bed, cooking, cleaning, paying bills and life on your own. Everything that in the beginning that caused you to want, love, and cherish that person. And there's a scenario out there of many causes that we have all lost and can all be related to. So I'm asking you, why do we have to get to that point to remember our cause? Then we wonder why we're unhappy, drained, weak, because your cause is your anchor. It's your energy, it's your strength to do the things you have to do, to deal with the things you have to deal with, and to get through the storms and stay true. Let me say this. Does not mean it will be easy. Does not mean it won't have ups and downs, struggles. But what it does guarantee is that it will be all worth it. Getting up every morning and dealing with my job at times is hard. But to take care of my kids, it's worth it. Working out when it's cold or too hot can be a struggle, but it's worth it. Taking time to leave my lady a drawing saying to let her know I love her and appreciate her is worth it. Becoming a man my mama can be proud of is a high bar, but it's worth it. So never forget your cause and the things that mean something to you. When it's too much, remember what it was like not to have, to miss it. Why you ask or search for it, and I promise you, you will keep going because you will be once again holding on and motivated by your cause.